Government, we are very happy. We would not have had this institution if at all it was not for the effort of the government in construction and equipping. Right from the furnitures to all what we have, including the very recent computers you have seen. Out of the 100 that were promised by His Excellency, we got the first batch of 30. You have seen them, and we are very optimistic together with the CS, ICT, Wanakabogo, that we shall get the last 70 in numbers, so that each and every student here will be able to go through and to get the digital skill and even to employ himself out of the digital marketing available.
Kwanza, Deputy Governor kama umeinama hapo. The governor has been licensing bars operating near schools. I don't know how we can support education kama pombe inauzwa nje ya shule. We want to talk about these social evils, and we cannot talk about social evils and forget to talk about alcoholism and business people peddling drugs to students. Mimi ninataka kukashifu mabwenyenye wanauza madawa ya kulevya kwa wanafunzi. Mimi ninataka kukashifu mabwenyenye ambao wameweka baa karibu na mashule. Lazima tuangalie hiyo maneno. And I want to tell you, the Deputy Governor, the money you are collecting in terms of licensing and the lives we are losing as a county cannot be compared. If at all you really want to serve the people, begin with the vulnerable na mfunge hizo bar. Tumekuwa tukiongea na Wamaua, tumeongea na Mheshimiwa Sabina, and our administration can attest that the problem in Murang'A County as far as second generation alcohol is concerned and illicit brews, it is licensing by the county government. Pia mimi ninataka kuongea kwa heshima Deputy President. Tuko na mashida ya teenage pregnancy. Last year in this sub-county alone, 12 students wangefanya mtihani tu walikuwa na mimba. Sasa mimi wanaume nitaongelesha hawa wanafunzi wa shule, mnaachana na wao. Kuna wengine ambao wamekomaa. Lakini na wala wanafunzi wa shule wenye hawajafikisha 18 years, please abstain. I will not tell you about contraceptives. As a county woman rep, I will only tell you about abstaining, because the future is great and we are feeling very bad, losing very many lives because of, losing very many students and dropout because ya maneno ya mimba. Sisi ya maneno yote mkiangalia, waziri mshikana na waziri Murkomen. We need a serious crackdown. Ya zile bar zimekaribia na shule. Na hiyo lazima iangaliwe for our county to move forward.
Hamjambo. God is good and all the time. I don't know why the graduates don't seem to be very happy. Let me hear your voice. God is good and all the time. Are you happy today? Mimi yangu ni kuambia congratulations na kukaribisha His Excellency hapa kwetu Maragwa. Na niseme ya kwamba leo ni siku ya muhimu sana. In the year 2021, tulikuja hapa ikiwa a very small institution. We donated some computers and today we thank God for the growth. Na mimi nataka kuongelesha watu wa Maragwa. Huyu mama ambaye anaitwa Wamaua, ameweza hajaweza? Ameweza hajaweza? Moje tekeria jerie na gikuyu. Tondu kwiragwo wira wiyarie. Na wira wa maithoti wake. Leo siasa ile irahurwo guku ate tondu wa mau thirikari ni mungienda aikare atari thirikari ni ekiate. I am very happy, Your Excellency. Nimesikia ile pesa ministry imepatia hii institution 500 million. Wamaua uendelee na kazi. I support you on the issue of Gakoigo Stadium. Your Excellency, Gakoigo ilikuwa show ground. Leo hamjambo. God is good and all the time. I don't know why the graduates don't seem to be very happy. Let me hear your voice. God is good and all the time. Are you happy today? Mimi yangu ni kuambia congratulations na kukaribisha His Excellency hapa kwetu Maragwa. Na niseme ya kwamba leo ni siku ya muhimu sana. In the year 2021, tulikuja hapa ikiwa a very small institution. We donated some computers and today we thank God for the growth. Na mimi nataka kuongelesha watu wa Murang'A. Huyu mama ambaye anaitwa Wamaua, ameweza hajaweza? Ameweza hajaweza? Moje tekeria jerie na gikuyu. Tondu kwiragwo wira wiyarie. Na wira wa maithoti wake. Riu siasa iria irahurwo guku. Ate tondu wa Wamaua thirikari ni mungienda aikare atari thirikari ni ekiate. I am very happy, Your Excellency. Nimesikia ile pesa ministry imepatia hii institution 500 million. Wamaua uendelee na kazi. I support you on the issue of Gakoigo Stadium. Your Excellency, Gakoigo ilikuwa show ground.
Let me appreciate the teaching staff and the non-teaching staff and all stakeholders. And let me say the government takes education seriously. The government of Kenya considers education as one of the pillars of our national development and transformation. That is why we are spending nearly 30% of all the resources of Kenya to fund education. Almost 30% of all the money that we collect in this country is funding education. For a long time, we've been doing 650 billion every year. This year, we are releasing to the Ministry of Education for funding of all schools from primary level to university, a record 702 billion Kenya shillings. That is money for paying teachers, running schools, running tertiary institutions, and also running universities. And that is not a small investment. And therefore, if there is anyone who had a doubt on where the government places education, look at the budget for education. It is the biggest single budget compared to all the ministries that are there in our country. We, as government, in the last 3 years have made some positive strides in strengthening our education system. In 2022, during campaigns, it was clear that many people did not understand, and many people in Kenya were not happy with the way we were implementing the competence-based curriculum CBC. In many places we went, the people of Kenya were asking us to abolish CBC in all the 47 counties. And that is why immediately President Ruto got into office, he formed the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms. Through the report of that Presidential Working Party, I am proud to report we have been able to stabilize the curriculum of the new education system that was introduced some 6, 7, 8 years ago. And we have said that it is not just CBC, it is not just a curriculum, it is a whole system for educating a pupil, a student, and therefore we have now renamed CBC to CBE. We have now transitioned that system from just a curriculum, from competence-based curriculum to competence-based education and training. In the process, we have also seen the transition from primary school to junior secondary school, and in January 2026, next year, 5 months from now, we are going to have the transition now from junior secondary school to senior school. We have said for the senior school, the last 3 years of high school, the students will concentrate on areas that respond to their talents and their interests in terms of their careers. And therefore, students will not be burdened with studying all the subjects as it was in the old education system. In the senior school, the last 3 years, they will spend studying subjects that relate to the pathway they have chosen for their career. We have 3 pathways. One of them is STEM, which is for students who want to specialize in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The second pathway is for those who want to study the social sciences, and the third one is for those who want to study for sports, arts, and creative related disciplines, so that they spend the last 3 years of high school before they go to college on subjects that relate to them. I know there have been a bit of debate about mathematics, and what we have said is that in high school, the student will still study mathematics, but not mathematics in its pure form. Mathematics in its pure form will only be studied by those students in senior school who are in STEM schools and those who have chosen STEM pathway. For the others, they will study applied mathematics, which is simple mathematics just to assist you in your lives. But as I said the other day, someone who is doing sports and arts as a pathway, no need for that student to study pure mathematics in senior school, but they can study simple mathematics to assist them just with their simple daily activities. So we are
to thank you for getting time to come and participate in this first graduation of Murang'A Technical Training Institute. This is because, Your Excellency, you have supported this sector of the TVET because the government of Kenya believes that this is the sector that will industrialize this country and that will contribute immensely towards the development of our economy because of the type of programs that we run here and the type of graduates that we are producing who are actually going to be job ready. And as we have known and confirmed that 85% of our graduates from these particular TVETs either get employment or become employers themselves. Secondly, Your Excellency, let me take this opportunity to congratulate this first batch of 414 graduates of Murang'A University. Congratulations. Murang'A Technical Training College. Congratulations. Thirdly, the issue of capitation that has been requested that have been asked by the member of Murang'A County, I want to confirm, Your Excellency, that the capitation for third term has already been released. It is being worked on from the Ministry of Education as we speak and should be in the accounts of the various schools within the week. Number 2, this issue of bars in schools is an issue that the government has taken very seriously, and an audit is taking place as we speak. And those licenses that have been allocated to bars that are next to schools will be revoked, cancelled, because we do not want a situation where our youth, our students are being interfered with instead of supporting them in studying. So that particular issue is being undertaken as a whole of government approach, and we are going to resolve it.
But we are also increasing the infrastructure for schools, colleges, universities. In the last 3 years, the government of Kenya has built 23,000 classrooms in junior and senior schools. basically in secondary schools and primary schools as well. Out of which 7,000 have been built through the national government CDF, and the other 16,000 have been built through the Ministry of Education. We are now in the process of building 1,600 laboratories to schools that do not have laboratories, especially those that will be in preparing students for STEM subjects. This is a huge investment in infrastructure. This administration, for the last 3 years, has employed the largest amount of teachers ever employed by any administration since independence. Before 2022, every year we used to employ between 4,000 and 5,000 teachers a year. We realized many schools don't have enough teachers, and it is affecting the quality of our education system. Because a good education system must be accessible, must be affordable, must be relevant, and must be of high quality. And the teacher is the guarantor of all those variables. And so, in the last 3 years, by close of this year, December, we'll have employed 100,000 teachers, almost 30% of all the teachers employed in Kenya since independence. Since 1963 to 2022, the number of teachers employed by the national government, by the government of Kenya, was slightly over 300,000 teachers. For 60 years, 300,000 teachers. In 3 years, 100,000 teachers. A third of the teachers of Kenya by December will have been employed by this government of President William Ruto. We have also attended to TVET, and I know that is where most of you here are interested in, but I spend time speaking about the other areas of our education because I know we have parents here and even new graduates, your brothers and sisters who are in primary school, junior school, secondary school. But for TVET, we have also been deliberate. In 2022 September, when President Ruto was sworn in office, we realized that there are more students in universities than in TVETs. While policymakers, education policymakers tell us that you should have more students in the TVETs and tertiary institutions than those that are in universities. We had only 297,000 students in all the TVETs in Kenya, and we have almost 1 million students in the universities. So we undertook certain policy and administrative changes to ensure we increase the enrollment of the students in TVET. I am happy to report today, 3 years later, today, 3 years later, to the month, we have raised the number of TVET students from 297,000 to 700,000. We target that number to reach 1 million by the end of this year and to reach 2 million in the next 1 year. Again, we have democratized the curriculum in the TVETs so that today we want both full-time students in TVETs, but you can also have other people who are already in the industry, many of them in Guakana, but they are not formally certified, to study and get certified and qualify. That is why we have introduced the modularization of the TVET curriculum, which allows somebody who is running a workshop in town here in Murang'A, who wants to have a certificate, a diploma in their areas of expertise, let's say mechanical engineering or automotive engineering. They can continue with their business, look for some little time, 3 weeks, 1 month, come and take one module, and then go back to work. When they are ready, they come and take another module. Then they go back to work, the other time, another year, they come for another module, until they accumulate enough modules for the course they are studying for, and they get certified. The modularization, therefore, of the TVET curriculum is a game changer and will assist very many people in industry who are already practicing artisans and technicians to get qualified without having to stop their businesses and come full-time for 3 years, for 2 years, as has been the case.
Today is to confirm that as a ministry, we are supporting this sector and we are doing everything possible to ensure that our youth have something to do even after they leave high school or they leave the basic education or the grade 10 or KCSE. That is why we've come up with a program of ensuring that we enroll our youth, our TVET trainees, from a total of 297,000 who were there in 2022 to 700,000 this June of 2025, moving towards our target of 2 million. That's why you heard the principal here speak and say the target for this particular institution is 5,000 in the next 2 years. So we are moving towards that target so that we ensure that all our youths are equipped. Because of time, Your Excellency, it is now my singular honor to request that we all be a
government. We are very happy. We would not have had this institution if at all it was not for the effort of the government in construction and equipping. Right from the furnitures to all what we have, including the very recent computers you have seen. Out of the 100 that were promised by His Excellency, we got the first batch of 30. You have seen them, and we are very optimistic together with the CS, ICT, Wanakabogo, that we shall get the last 70 in numbers, so that each and every student here will be able to go through and to get the digital skill and even to employ himself out of the digital marketing available.
Kwanza, Deputy Governor kama umeinama hapo. The governor has been licensing bus operating near schools. I don't know how we can support education kama pombe inauzwa nje ya shule. We want to talk about these social evils, and we cannot talk about social evils and forget to talk about alcoholism and business people peddling drugs to students. Mimi ninataka kukashifu mabwenyenye wanauza madawa ya kulevya kwa wanafunzi. Mimi ninataka kukashifu mabwenyenye ambao wameweka baa karibu na mashule. Lazima tuangalie hiyo maneno. And I want to tell you, the Deputy Governor, the money you are collecting in terms of licensing and the lives we are losing as a county cannot be compared. If at all you really want to serve the people, begin with the vulnerable na mfunge hizo baa. Tumekuwa tukiongea na Wamaua, tumeongea na Mheshimiwa Sabina, and our administration can attest that the problem in Murang'A County as far as second generation alcohol is concerned and illicit brews, it is licensing by the county government. Pia mimi ninataka kuongea kwa heshima Deputy President. Tuko na mashida ya teenage pregnancy. Last year in this sub-county alone, 12 students wangefanya mtihani tu walikuwa na mimba. Sasa mimi wanaume nitaongelesha hawa wanafunzi wa shule, mnaachana na wao. Kuna wengine ambao wamekomaa. Lakini na wale wanafunzi wa shule wenye hawajafikisha 18 years, please abstain. I will not tell you about contraceptives. As a county woman rep, I will only tell you about abstaining, because the future is great and we are feeling very bad, losing very many lives because of, losing very many students and dropout because ya maneno ya mimba. Sisi ya maneno yote mkiangalia, waziri mshikana na waziri Murkomen. We need a serious crackdown. Ya zile bar zimekaribia na shule. Na hiyo lazima iangaliwe for our county to move forward. Niye chugega dhano nera lutawera.